What's going on, beautiful people? I'm here to talk to you about Baddies Chapter 2, Episode 8, entitled Let the Show Continue. Fast forward through the intro. Does anybody else fast forward through the intro? I can't watch the intro. I think I watched it the one premiere episode and then I can't watch it no more. I can't get into the intro. But we last left off, Tevye was fighting Summer, Lex sneaks Tommy. And then it's like a whole sneaking session because Mariah somehow gets off the stage. Remember, she went through this whole crying tirade. I think she thought that Tasika was getting her ass whooped. So she was crying because they wouldn't let her, fight with her because Tasika was fighting Sarat for her. So, Summer felt, Mariah felt some sort of way. So, but Tasiki didn't get her ass whooped. I just think that it was a tie. It was a tie fight. I don't think Sarat lost, and I don't think Tasiki lost. I think they both walked away with war wounds because once they walked away and separated from that fight, you saw both faces had war wounds. So it is what it is at the end of the day. You can have your favorite, or you can like the fact that somebody is actually going against Tasiki, whatever it be. But it was a tie, okay, with the edge up on Tasiki, right? Because even though her head was down, she was doop, 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 doop. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, everybody gonna have their opinion, and that's fine. Mariah sneaks Amber, and I'm like, ooh. At first, not at first. In my mind, honestly, I feel like Mariah doesn't want that with anyone. She's the smallest on stage, the smallest on the show. But regardless, she runs all of her fades. She is not a biggie by no means. I give Mariah like the ultimate most respect in terms of her still coming through to fight no matter what. I think that's admirable. You know what I'm saying? She is the true definition of win, lose, or draw. Like really. And her sneaking Amber because Amber snuck Tasiki, I think, hey, when the Romans do as the Romans do. Amber, you snuck Tasiki. What you mad for? I just don't understand the problem, But she was saying that, Mariah was standing right in front of her and just hit her out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere. That's what a sneak is. Just like you came out of nowhere and ran down on Tasiki. I think fair is fair. What do y'all think about that? With all the drama going on and everybody's sneaking everybody, you get a sneak, you get a sneak. Tinka wanted to get a sneak too. She tried to run after Tommy. They're not letting it happen. I think, if Tommy is coming on the show, she gotta feel safe in a lot of ways. And I think the reason why she feels safe in a lot of ways is because she always got security. But man, like the things that Tommy has done to these girls in terms of like egging on the situation, I just don't understand why because she come on pretty like she a bold one for real, for real. She really, really bold. Amber wants to fight Mariah. Mariah's outside. Mariah's outside. Amber goes to meet Mariah. Mariah's like, what up? The security guards don't let them fight. In my mind, I'm like, why? And it seemed like the security guards are wanting them to go back to the room that they rented and stay out of the hallway. Stay out of the hallway because they didn't want them to destroy no. But like, Amber like over it. She don't want to fight. She like over it. She walk away. Then we get Biggie. She like, I don't want you to fight, sister. No. I be like, don't start with that shit. And Biggie is mute. This is the first time, well, according to the edit, that Biggie immediately got mute after someone told her about her. Because Ivory done been dealing with, everybody know how Biggie is and been dealing with Biggie. But Ivory like, don't start that shit. It was interesting to see their, like a brief dynamic, but it was a dynamic nonetheless that I wish I could see more of. Honestly, I want to see more of Ivory. I do. I want to see more dialogue with Ivory. I want to see more conversations with Ivory. I need Ivory more on the show. You know what I'm saying? And this was actually the first time watching it, like for real, like watching it, the way they edited it. It was a nice packaged production in terms of like, this is a show where the ladies are on tour and they might fight behind the scenes. That's what Baddies is. They perform, they fight, they perform, they fight. The packaging of this Phoenix show gave me that. It gave me Dance Moms. It gave me American Idol. It gave me performance show, but then you have the aspect of fighting afterward. It's interesting. It's interesting. Tashiki's outside. She going to get her friends because, you know, if Tommy's in the building, she got her friends, and it's about to be a 4-on-4 match. Someone like, no, I don't want it to be, you know, let's do one-on-one, one-on-one. In the meantime, in between time, I like how we get the crazy stuff outside. And then I like how we get, you know, the kind of rehearsals. Why was they rehearsing to acapella? That was weird to me. I didn't understand that. Was there music? Because I didn't hear no music. We get a cool moment of Ciroc apologizing to Biggie. I was like, oh, this is a cute moment. Oh, you know, Biggie's like, yeah, you kind of messed up my toe and I wasn't able to perform. You know, I'm a woman of God, so, you know, I'm not going to say that I don't, you know, accept your apology, but I'm not going to forget, man, because I had to get surgery on my toe. It was a lot. And you know what? I'm happy that you're on the show. Yeah, I just want you to use this platform for good, Ciroc. You know, I'm happy for you, but I can't forget. But, you know, I accept your apology. I'm like, aw, this is a cute little moment. Tommy lets it be known that, you know, Summer got some fire-ass head, and she understands why Lex was so bent out of shape. Lex is like, girl, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Whatever y'all got going on, that's between y'all. Tommy comes on confessional and she says, no, I never let, you know, Summer eat me out. We be sleeping together in the bed and she be putting her head on my shoulder and we be watching TVs. I'm her mom, like a kind of mom thing. I'm like, okay. Then we get Trie versus the no name. I don't know who this woman is. I have yet to hear her name. We've heard Trie's name way before this girl, but she like big hair and she a big girl. And in my mind, I don't know why Tasiki brought her on the fight because she ain't been fighting. She gets dropped every time she goes to fight somebody. Either she falls or she gets dropped. I don't know how you want to claim it, but Trie ragtagged her twice. Like, you know, Trie is somewhat of a fighter, and I say somewhat because I haven't been convinced of Trie's capability. But she drops her, or the girl falls, however you want to coin it. And then Trie got the big girl in that leg lock. Like lock her head in a headlock with her legs. I said, oh, she different. The girl can't get out. I said, why did Tasiki bring this woman? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm confused. She gets out, they going back and forth. I'm in my mind, I'm like, girl, take this big ass wig off. You and Tasiki doing something crazy with this big ass hair and y'all fighting on the show. Everybody need to learn, take a page out of Ciroc's thing. Like, and I'm going ahead, but like Tavy at the end fighting pressure with the beautiful wig on. Why? Like, if you know that you're going to go talk to this girl and you know you ain't gonna be able to hold it, Tavy, you knew you was about to fight this girl. Go in cornrows, mama. Like, I don't understand it. But after the first fight, the girl lose to Trie. She still got this crazy ass hair on her head. Rip that shit off. She is already coming off. Rip it all the way off so you can fight. The girl fight Trie again, she lose again. Now you got Summer in all her glory. She like, yes. She don't want to fight. She need a mat. She need a mat. She going on and on and on and on and on. Everybody, like, even Trie, like, girl, Summer, shut up. Everybody get annoyed by Summer. Everybody annoyed. She talked too much. Summer ain't shutting up. But Trie whooped that girl twice. And I'm like, why, if we're on Baddies, we are not allowing these women to fight? I'm trying to understand that. Because I don't. The two friends fight, and they're not even on the show getting paid to fight. What? Like, it don't make no sense to me. Trie is here for Tasiki. Why Tasiki ain't fighting? But I guess, you know, a friend for a friend is a friend for a friend, I guess. Whatever. It just don't make sense to me. I don't understand that. Tinka and Biggie get into it because Biggie is not protecting, but like wondering why Tinka wants, you know, K-Rican's wig. Like, they already fought. It's over. Why do you want her wig? Why do you want to destroy her stuff, bro? It's so crazy. When we was in Korea, and then they started going on a tirade about Korea and how Biggie left them, and they had to get their own Ubers and stuff to eat. And, you know, she wanted nachos. The other person wanted chicken. Biggie was doing her own thing. She didn't want to be friends with the girl. I don't know what. Y'all should have had cameras in Korea if we talking about this shit. I one thing that these people on this platform, this production team needs to do, if there's going to be a storyline brought up in the show, have footage to support it. Have somebody in the scouring the archives of social media to find what the hell these women are talking about. Go and drop Korea footage, just like they dropped the footage with Tommy. Tommy had recorded the whole incident with the cops, and we was able to see what was going on. Y'all need to do that with all these women. They talk about, you talk about my kids, you talk about, okay, let me not get ahead of it. Let me go down the nose. Dolly and Tavy out in the bus watching was hilarious. When Tinka and Biggie was going back and forth, you know, Tavy was like, oh, this must be some Korea shit. No, Dolly was like, oh, this must be some Korea shit. Tavy like, yeah, this probably what that happened in Korea. I'm like, okay, but we don't know what's going on. We just hear shit. You know what I'm saying? They do a sound check. They all get ready for the show. They perform. Killer got her red eye. The place is crowded. Egypt finally back out of nowhere. I don't know where she went. You know. And why don't we get explanations on where these girls are? Like we see them, then they disappear for 5 episodes, then they come back like, hey, everybody. Like, I don't know what, that's so annoying. Like, this show could be the bomb ass show. Like, it can be the bombest show ever. But there's a lot of things that they just need to clean up from a production standpoint. It just, you know, it's always going to aggravate me. I like the fact that they performed in Phoenix. It wasn't a hosted show. They did their own show. Well, they were their own lineup, and they brought somebody out, and so the crowd was there for them. It was nice that everybody's face didn't have to be blurred out, because I'm pretty sure they had something at the top of the admissions, like, if y'all at this show, y'all gonna be filmed, y'all coming in at your own discretion or something like that. I'm sure they probably had, because all their faces was highlighted. Was nobody face blurred out except for some of the production. Why don't y'all want to be? Y'all don't want to be seen that y'all working on this crazy ass show? As I'm watching the show, I feel like the best 3 performers was DTB, Biggie, and Natalie. Natalie was had the livest audience participation. Then it was DTB, then it was Biggie. But I felt like they were the top 3 performers. Summer ends up getting jumped outside by another no-name. We don't know these women need cue cards. We don't know. We know Dolly and we know Trie. We don't know these other 2 girls. I don't know these other 2 women. But they fight Summer. I mean, you don't get kudos points for fighting Summer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, okay, she fought Summer. Oh, well, like, you feel bad? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Is it me? Biggie and Natalie have their apologetic conversation at the end of, the end of the show or whatever. They hug it out. Cool. Apparently, Biggie called Natalie and apologized. So that's cute. Tommy lets it be known that Trie thought she was staying in her room. I would think I would stay in your room too. I know Tommy ain't got these people paying for their own hotel rooms, and I'm on the show fighting for you. So why would she, in my head, like, why would Trie think that she's staying? Maybe because she was drunk. Maybe she did have her own room and she was drunk and she thought that she was just going to sleep in Tommy's room, I guess. I don't know. But apparently Summer is drunk too, and Summer thinks that Trie is going to attack Tommy, so Summer stoles off on Trie. We didn't see the footage, but we got the behind the scenes footage with the cop situation, which was already online. So I'm glad that they included that in the show. Somebody did their job in the editing bay. Later that morning, from the hotel incident, Tommy and Summer get evicted. I don't see too many hotels wanting these baddie people to stay in there on our property. But next day, we get Natalie, Diamond, and Rolly having a conversation. It's interesting how Rolly is always in these Natalie conversations. Rolly has been there the longest, true. But it's always interesting how she's just as on this season, she's a conversationalist. No shade, she's like a Biggie now. She don't fight. So it's kind of interesting how we talk about Biggie. She just put performing and like leave and then not fight when Rolly barely fights. Like, at least this season. Maybe it's because of the arm thing. But I don't know. I feel like we shouldn't be talking about a girl should just go if she not. I don't know. But Rolly ain't fighting either. Diamond feels that Bahati needs to get a spanking because Bahati is doing too much. And then it's established that Biggie and Stunner are just performers, not baddies. And then that's when Rolly makes the comment that Biggie just needs to go in and be a performer. I'm like, it's the pot calling the kettle black because you ain't fighting either. But whatever. Ciroc and Egypt talk out of nowhere. Ciroc is just basically saying, she beat up Tasiki and, that was wrong what they did this summer. But we don't know where Egypt been. Out of nowhere, though, they besties now. So, Egypt is like, yeah, I got your back. Ain't nobody gonna run down on you. When was this relationship established? We don't know. Tebby talks to Pressure, and I'm like, okay, they're gonna fight. But in my mind, I'm like, Tebby looks so pretty. I'm like, Tebby, why did you come to this conversation dolled up? And honestly, I felt like this was one of the better conversations because it was like a lot of going back and forth. I felt what would have made this top tier is if they would have showed the receipts of Pressure talking about the boy, the son. We don't have no receipts. We don't have nothing. So I'm like, okay, here we go, talking about something that ain't got nothing to do with the show. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't on the show. But okay, we just got to believe one side or the other. Tavy gets up and want to fight. She beats up, Pressure. She won. I don't know about beat up, but she won in the fight. But now she ain't got no wig, and that wig was pretty. I like a woman with a curly wig. And then we get to the end of the episode, which was, I'm telling you, this upcoming attraction clip at the end was the entire episode for me of episode 8. When Tommy said, what happened to that Colgate commercial? I fell out. I said, Tommy, this is what we need. This is what we need. Now, Tommy comes on for the comedic relief and they, create chaos because outside of Tommy and her outsiders, ain't nothing else happening on the show. The girls ain't carrying nothing. So Tommy is Tommy and Summer are they're the one moving the needle along every episode. It's Tommy and Summer. The whole season is about Tommy and Summer. You got 50,000 women on this show, and we can't create no moving storyline of this season without Summer and Tommy. That's crazy to me. But that Colgate commercial line threw me. What did y'all think of this episode? Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. And I got to shout out the $100 winners for the June contest. The 100 member that subscribed to watch Mona Samone as a membership goes to M Bun Filtered 856. Brother looking a little snazzy on the Instagram. I hit him up on the Instagram, shouted him out, and gave him the $100. Now I just need to get in contact with Love K.D. Love K.D, I need you to respond to this video. Yeah, respond to this video with your Instagram so I can hit you up on Instagram directly so you can get your $100. We're going to do that here in July. We're going to do that in July at the end of the month of July. The 100th member and a random member will get the $100. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for supporting. Just think about it. You only paid $7.99 and got $100 out the deal. You know what I'm saying? So the July contest is in effect if you are the 100th member, okay? And a random draw will be done as well. Thank y'all for watching. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Deuces.